She died knowing that her son did this to her daughter. She used to wander around in bottoms, be with several people, and wanted him to listen. She made him do it and asks her not to blame him now. She wanted the same. She loves Sacha but hates that he's the father. He moves back. He says he will protect both of them. He will sleep downstairs. He touches her hair and kisses her, although she didn't like it. She cries and turns to see him leaving. Sacha has heard their conversation. Bill and Helen are going through the railway yard. They decide to stay in the train tonight. She's feeling cold. He says he doesn't want to lose her as well. She asks him to wake her up if he feels sleepy. The soldier is wounded. Giannis and Lucas are dead. He gets to check her for any hurts and gives her a bar to eat. They keep the wounded soldier silent. The black man is back at the hospital. He gets to the corridor. There's blood all around on the walls. He hears noises but keeps moving. Tom and Emily are asleep. Sacha gets out of his room, goes to Noah, takes his gun, and aims to kill. Someone is here but he has left and hidden. Alexis leaves. He gets to the baby's room and proceeds slowly. Ash is here. Machines have taken the babies, all of them are gone. Blackman and Ash are hiding in a car with a long ago dead corpse. The machine is here and coming towards them. He has a gun and it goes the other way. It's right outside the car and on the roof. He peeks down, and gets away. Both get out and move. They are moving along the tracks. In the forest, it's a sunny day. Catherine is still sleeping, opens her eyes to soldiers, and some of them are digging. She realizes the man from last night has gone. He says he wanted to be a footballer. Club trialers said he didn't run very fast. He takes his tag and asks her for her bag. He says it was all her idea to find the source, so they will move on and leave. Someone is keeping an eye on Bill and Helen and appears out. They tell him it's dead. There's a woman's scream in the front house. They get inside and hide. Bill tells him about going to university. He's peeking outside. The robot leaves. Ash invites him to come along into their apartment. In France, Chloe combs and ties her hair and checks on Sacha. He's actually up. Woman has made coffee for her. She tells her that after the attack, Noah was all about finding her and Noah. She takes something from her. She's pregnant, 16 weeks. She doesn't know who's the father. In the apartment, Tom is up and makes his breakfast. Suddenly, his jaws stop and he screams for Mom. She gets there and is shocked as well. Ash tells them it's dead. Bill says hi. Jonathan says she will be safe with her brother. She says, "Do I seem safe to you?" He asks her to say goodbye to Sacha and leaves. He gets on his way. Sarah brings her blankets and asks if she saw any alive humans. Helen says just once and went to her children. Sarah says she is glad to meet her and leaves to let her rest. Tom asks if it's its neuron. Bill says there's a deep relationship between neuron density and the brain. The denser it is, the more intelligent it will be. Its neuron structure is totally different, and it is just a low-tech killing machine with a boss. Soldiers are on the move with Catherine in the middle as always. She stops. He takes water from a soldier, gives her a drink, and loosens her armor. It has no optic nerve. They don't know this mirror's function. Tom tells about Emily that she can see now but in a different way. It might be using sonar. Bill says perhaps, and says since we have known how little we know, we are finding answers. She apologizes for interrupting and leaves. Bill tells him about Dan. Tom asks if they killed him. He shakes his head yes. Noah gets to Sacha. He's reading a book about a man who hurts people and perhaps for his happiness. Sacha says he doesn't like books. Noah asks if he's okay. Sacha asks the same question and doesn't want breakfast. Noah gets up to leave and closes the door. He puts the book down. He asks Chloe what's wrong with Sacha. He doesn't like you. Before her, he liked him. Says it might be due to hormones. He calls her lazy since she didn't make coffee and makes it himself. Says her boyfriend went to die alone. Calls him dumb and says dumbs like him always get killed. While lighting the fire, she notices his hand shivering. He prays for his fast, easy death. She is praying the same for themselves. Emily can't see again. She's joyous to see him here again. He has brought her a stick that she forgot in the hospital. She would want spaghetti hoops if they find where they are going. Ash calls him lover boy and asks to leave. Emily says there's something here. Sarah says one of the machines is here. She's feeling it. Bill is witnessing it. Sarah tells about Bill and Helen. He asks, she must be Emily. Bill tells that his wife shot it. She hears and felt it dying and leaves. Sarah says she doesn't know what's happening to her. Sarah tells him that she says she can sometimes see and sometimes can't. The doctor has said she will never see again due to Stargardt's disease when she was 13. She used to have hallucinations as well. She tells about hearing pulsating as well, which no one else can hear. The black guy and Ash break into an apartment. It's too smelly here. Ash asks when he's talked to Emily. He says she likes him. Ash says, if you can't see, you're real blind. Here's all fresh and organic. In the fridge, there's a boy dead. He must have hid here at the time of the attack. He sees a piano, checks it out. Ash checks the baby stuff and cap and gets his eyes teared. Sarah suggests her to talk to Bill. She doesn't wanna and wants her to go. On his way, he sees Alexis dead for a while, takes his gun, and runs back towards Chloe's. Sasha is playing with a knife while thinking about Noah. Puts it down and exhales. She gets down to the basement and asks about his pills. She wants to know. These are for muscular dystrophy. She wants to know if it's hereditary. He apologizes because it is. Robots are here, she takes Sasha. He's hearing a pulsating voice. One is at 300 meters. Noah takes and leads them. The machine attacks them. They can't stand to attack, so they run while he covers and runs. Jonathan gets back and finds nobody at home. Hears firings. Noah's colleague is hit and falls. Others take cover. Noah stops them, asks Chloe to meet at the factory. She remains alone. It gets to her. Jonathan hears her dead scream and sees them running as well and follows secretly. Here at the factory, there's a zigzag maze. It helps them moving. Sasha gets to the main store and locks himself in. Noah says it's locked. He gets started now, asking why he hurt her mom. Jonathan is witnessing this. He's shot from behind. The machine gets to him and gives instant death. He goes by the back door and faces Jonathan. He takes him with him. Soldiers are still on their way through the jungle. There are so many trees fallen due to a crash. It might be their signal source. He takes the map and asks her. He says it can't be of any military unit. They move forward. Jonathan brings him to his mom. She asks about Noah. He lies about how he really tried. She is thankful that he returned. He leads them away from the road. At the crash site, she sees something seeming organic. Wanders on site to find something. She finds fresh organic matter like flesh and a robot passing just by her and doing nothing. She tells about it. He alerts the soldiers and signs to follow. She stays at the last of the formation. He sees it, and so does Nathan. It's blind. There's a second. She says they don't seem damaged to see. He signs to move and check. Proceeds himself to check the main structure. An alien is badly burned. There's firing. Soldiers are playing with it. They shoot it. It dies. Ash tells Bill about babies taken from the hospital. Bill asks, "What do you mean?" The black guy gets to the room, knocks, and asks permission. He wants to show her something. She doesn't want any surprise. He says she'll like it. He blindfolds her and takes her to the piano. She was missing it. Plays it and feels it. The machine is taking Noah's colleague alive since she was pregnant. Sarah is crying in an alone room. They are on the way. She is staying stagnant before the site. Her piano is covering all scenes. With these single beds, he is remembering their teenage years. Parents used to check on them continuously, but all that had already happened long ago. She finishes it and he asks, "Which was that?" She doesn't know how she played it. She wants her hand, holds it. She's embarrassed for that day. She didn't help him at the shop. He had pointed a gun at her. He had got afraid. She says, "We're equal." After all this, she asks if it's appropriate to have sex right now, and he's in? He wants to. She starts with kissing while a cover song runs in the background. On the couch, she takes his shirt off, slowly plays with him, does it with undergarments on. They took her baby by cutting her. In bed, he asks about the tattoo. It's her group's kind of identity. Into my arms. But I believe in love, and I know that you do as well.